found the GroomPod. Welcome to our virtual salon. My name is Susie, and I'm your host. I'm a mobile groomer from Seattle, Washington, and anybody who knows me will tell you I love to talk, especially about my job. And one of my favorite people to talk to is my friend and mentor and the co-star of this show, the curator of ingredients, Miss Barbara Bird.
Hey, Susie, I can't wait to tell you about my interesting journey in the world of ingredient discovery this week. Let's go.
This is our favorite topic with you, by gosh. Barbara, welcome to episode 440 of the GroomPod, recorded on March 9th, 2025 in Snohomish, Washington and Greenville, South Carolina. This podcast is brought to you by our kind sponsors, Best Shot, Show Season, Precision Sharp, Groomore, and Stasco. And if you guys would like to support the show, you can do so at our website, thegroompod.com, where things are happening. I'm telling you. And click on the button that says donate, and that gives the money to Barbara. Or you can join us on Patreon to support the show monthly. This week, we're going to talk about Emotive Ingredients and an ever-popular Shniff ingredient review. This week, What's New is brought to you by Groomore Software. If you haven't found Groomore, you're missing out. Groomore is an all-in-one software solution for your grooming business. Whether you are a solo mobile groomer or manage several shops, Groomore has everything you need. 24-hour online booking and forms, routing, credit card processing, reminders, Google Calendar and QuickBooks integration, and so much more. And the best customer service anywhere. Shop, mobile, or house call, Groomore has you covered. And they're giving us a free month. Just enter GroomPod22 in the coupon code. Barbara, we have a GroomBlog page. We have a blog page, and it has been updated with your fabulous writing. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. I don't think the audience knows this really, but somehow I got kind of locked out of my Groom blog probably about 4 years ago when I didn't do something that everybody had to do. And so I just can't get into it. And I haven't been able to get in and add or edit or update any blogs. It's very painful to me because that's a whole part of what I'm leaving you all. That's a whole part of my legacy of that blog. And this is just really exciting that we can resurrect the Groom blog on the podcast website.
I am really lousy at manipulating the website, but it was very easy after a few tries to get your writing up there. And I'm so excited because it's yet one more dynamic aspect of the podcast and of your life that we get to share with people. So if you haven't gone there, you can go there at thegroompod.com and pull down the menu, and it'll say Groom Blog on the menu, and click on that, and you will see an article that Barbara put up about something I left up there. Oh, dematting. There's a dematting article that I left up there.
Oh, okay.
And then the lavender article. And those are the two things that show up on the Groom blog page. So please go check it out and know this. More stuff is coming. We're going to be putting up stuff every week.
I've got a to-do list, and I'm just going to be trying to do at least 1 to 3 articles a week until we get packed full of info and make it be entertaining and educational for y'all.
I'm obviously very excited about it. Plus, it gets me a little practice at working with the website. It's not a bad thing. So, Barbara, I had a very normal week this week. I groomed 2 to 3 dogs every day. I had a couple days off, mostly 1.5 days off. And I realized just how much I love grooming. I can't imagine my life without grooming. I've met so many amazing people. I've got to spend time with so many amazing pets. And as I was sitting there working away, I realized that occasionally I drift off into my own world and I forget that there's a breathing, living, sentient being on my grooming table. And I tuned into that this week very much, making sure that I'm checking in with the dog constantly, that I'm naming and explaining all the things that I'm doing, and that I'm interacting and letting them know that there's a being on my table that has desires and wishes and is enjoying this experience right along with me.
Or not.
Or not, right. It's my goal to work through cooperative care and have them participate in their grooming experience. And I really think naming and explaining what I'm doing is a big part of it. And sometimes I just sit there and listen to the music or the book or whatever, and I forget to talk to the dogs. So this week has been all focused on talking to the dogs and making sure they know that I know that they're there. And it really does enrich my life. And I think that they have a better grooming experience because of it. So that's all that happened this week. Basically, I've just been trudging away, messing around with the website, grooming dogs, enjoying life. So what's going on with you?
Well, I had an unusual experience while attempting to track down some ingredients, and it's left me in a conundrum.
Ooh.
So I'm going to share it with you because I think it's really interesting that this happened. I decided on my own that I was going to do a breakdown of the ingredients of the Canine Comp Nano Mist spray that so many people rave about. So it's not only popular, but it's just got really high marks from groomers.
Is it a scissor spray or a conditioning spray or what kind of a spray would you call it? Because I've never seen it.
It's a brushing spray.
Okay.
Conditioner. It's a leave-in conditioner spray, and it's marketed as being anti-static. How I copied off the ingredients from the Swedish website. This stuff is made in Sweden. I went to the Swedish website and I copied the ingredients down. Fortunately, they give them in English. And then I also went to the American website of the brand and copied the ingredients off from there, and that was the same. And then I purchased a bottle of it from Amazon. Well, when I got the bottle, a number of the really important ingredients that had looked as though they were the ticket for why the product was so great, those important ingredients weren't on the bottle that I got from Amazon.
How weird is that?
So what's happening here? It's either, it was all the stuff that I like, the cetrimonium chloride, the amodimethicone, the things that I think make the difference between any old grooming spray and this one that apparently performs very well. It's got the cetrimonium chloride and it's got the amodimethicone, and it's got an ingredient that isn't right on the website. The ingredient that isn't right on the website, either Swedish or English website, is written as cetrimonium chloride imidopropyl. There is no such thing, Susie Scott. Cetrimonium chloride imidopropyl. There is, however, a blend that is sold by some chemical suppliers that is a blend of cetrimonium chloride and stearide aminopropyl dimethylamine. And it seems to have all the great features that we want in a brushing spray. And I think that that's what that ingredient is. So I wrote them a really nice letter. Can I read the letter?
I think that's a great idea. Let's read the letter.
I'm going to read the letter because I was kind of proud of this.
So, folks, this is how you interact with a shampoo company on a respectful level, but ask the hard questions.
Okay, here we go. I said, "Good day. I am trying to complete an ingredient review of the Canine Competition Nano Mist Conditioning Spray for our podcast to groomers. I've run into a major discrepancy between ingredients that's posted on your website and what appears on the label of a bottle of Nano Mist that I recently purchased from Amazon. The label on your website for this product reads aqua, raw water, cetyl alcohol, cetrimonium chloride, amodimethicone, triaceth 12, cetrimonium chloride, stearamidopropyl, allobarbendesis, barbendesis, leaf extract, panthenol, fragrance, citric acid, and preservative. The label on my bottle reads aqua, certified aloe vera, wheat germamidopropyl lactate, wheat protein ceramidopropyl lactate, D-panthenol, nanoliposomes, misspelled as iposomes, fragrance, and preservative. I think you will agree that this is quite a significant difference. The question then becomes one of the veracity of the product I received from Amazon. Is this the real stuff, or is Amazon selling knockoff canine competition products? If not a knockoff, is the Amazon label deliberately missing ingredients to avoid customs issues? The Amazon label is missing key ingredients that explain the exceptional performance reported by American groomers. Can you please help me solve the mystery of this discrepancy? A second issue appears on the Canine Nanomist website ingredient list. You name cetrimonium chloride stearamidopropyl as an ingredient. My extensive research revealed no such ingredient. I have been researching ingredients for 3 decades, so I trust my ability to find obscure ingredients. I can't find this ingredient anywhere. What I find that is similar is a product offered by some chemical suppliers of a blend of cetrimonium chloride and stearamidopropyl dimethylamine. The inky name would then be cetrimonium chloride and stearamidopropyl dimethylamine. This blended ingredient would align with the brand claims for the Canine Nanomist, as well as the excellent performance reported by groomers. Can you please clarify? And I went on to say, I apologize if my inquiry causes trouble, as that is not my intention. My resolute mission is to provide pet groomers with understanding and clarity about the products we use. Correct ingredient identification is vital. Thank you in advance for your support in this matter. So it's kind of a long letter, but I think it graphically explains everything. Plus, it's couched in a way that makes it clear that I'm not trying to harm them or hurt them in any way. What do you think?
I'll be interested to see how quickly they get back to you, because that certainly is a well-written letter.
Well, and if they don't, at least I will appreciate it for eternity.
Yes, you will. Cool. Well, let's take a quick break, and we're going to talk a little bit more ingredients. Let's hear from Best Shot, and then we're going to get to our first appointment. Let me tell you about Best Shot's newest addition to the Ultramax Pro line. Ultramax Hair Hold is a flexible hairspray that can be layered on for a stronger hold. Ultramax Hair Hold Spray is great, but my favorite new product is called the Max, and I won't groom without it. It's a fragrance-free, ultra-concentrate conditioner and detangler. It reduces drying time and handles undercoat and tangles like magic. Just a few drops in the final rinse or spray it on and dry it in. Contact your favorite Best Shot distributor or learn more online at bestshotpet.com. Grooming success begins with Best Shot in your tub. Made from the best stuff on earth.
Ready, groomers? Here comes our first appointment.
I think it would be fair to say, Barbara, that you are passionate about shampoo and that your emotions often get involved in your ability or desire to use all the different kinds of shampoos, but I've never thought about emotions as related to individual ingredients. So let's talk about this.
Well, yeah, this is a trend that's been building for some time within the beauty industry. And it began as having sensory ingredients, ingredients which elicited sense of smoothness and fluffiness and fragrance and color and tickled our sensory receptors so that a product was enjoyable to use. There are ingredients in beauty products that are serving a purpose of stimulating sensory reaction as well as maybe being a humectant or a skin softener or whatever. So they enhance sensory perception.
It's usually stuff we recognize. It sparks a memory.
So from simple sensory enhancement, the beauty industry has moved into providing a more emotive or emotional response. And emotional responses can be because an ingredient reminds us of something from our childhood, or it gives us confidence in a product. Confidence is an emotive response, as well as feelings of being well cared for. An overall formulation might give an emotive response of well-being and caring for oneself, as well as maybe expressing one's individuality and one's seriousness about how they look. So there's this whole emotive movement going on in the beauty industry. And I ran into a blog article on the Croda. Croda is one of my very favorite human beauty chemical suppliers. And they have a blog on their website, and they have a whole article on emotive ingredients. Emotive ingredients seem to mostly be botanical. It's like argan oil. Argan oil really appeals to ethnic women of African origin, if I may say so, because there's a whole narrative about how argan oil is made by village women in Africa who pick up the argan oil nuts and grind them and press them into an oil. Now, nowadays, a lot of that is done by machinery because what happened was that the demand for argan oil just so blossomed that it became more than individual villages can supply by hand. And so they started implementing other ways to process the argan nuts so that it wasn't quite so labor intensive. But I had videos of them, women sitting around in a room, well dressed up in their African costume, singing while pounding and scraping and sifting the argan nuts. So isn't that cool? So of course there's a tremendous emotive value for argan oil, and it spread from the kind of the Black women community to the beauty profession as a whole. And argan oil was one of the first emotive ingredients. And the cool thing about argan oil is that it has actual functions. It's a high functioning vegetable oil. So there are other emotive ingredients that may not have as substantial a true value to hair care. as argan oil. And one of those is aloe vera.
Uh-oh.
So you wonder why is aloe vera everywhere? Why is it on the label? And I noticed on the canine nano mist is right on the front of the bottle. It says, well, aloe vera, canine aloe vera spray conditioner nano mist. What the heck? Aloe vera is just a minute ingredient in that mist. And aloe vera is so unsupported by science. Okay, let's be real. Aloe vera has a wonderful history of wound healing and skin healing and all of this, but it really doesn't have a heavy duty history of hair care. It's just been assumed to also be moisturizing and valuable to hair, and those attributes had just kind of been arbitrarily assigned to aloe vera. And aloe vera, because it has such a history, a worldwide history, it's not just Africa, it's all over the world. Aloe vera is a popular product in many countries, and it has this wound healing history widespread. So aloe vera has the name recognition, something that my family might have recognized as a good thing in an ingredient list. Aloe vera, however, is listed simply with the Croda Chemical Supply Company. The function of aloe vera is listed only as emotive ingredient.
Oh my gosh. They list it that way.
They list it that way. They don't say humectant. The only real claim they make for aloe vera is that it's an emotive ingredient, and that's Croda Beauty. Smart science to improve lives is their motto. They're very science-based. And if you want to have just an adventure in human beauty ingredients and super advanced cosmetic chemistry, go to the Croda Beauty website and fool around. CRODA. Did that explain an emotive ingredient?
Yes, that absolutely explains an emotive ingredient. Would you say oatmeal is an emotive ingredient? I know it's functional too, but when people see oatmeal in a shampoo, no matter how tiny it is, it makes you feel like it's good for the skin.
Well, it certainly is for you. So I go with what Susie goes. And I would say, yes, oatmeal is an emotive ingredient, although it's not exactly botanical, but it is of the earth.
Yes, and natural is emotive.
The whole idea of natural is emotive. These emotive ingredients are why the beauty industry can get away with a label list of ingredients that's like 50 ingredients. If you put 50 ingredients on a pet shampoo, somebody would be saying, what the? You know what I mean? They're just really not expecting anything that complex. But in the beauty industry, actually having a lot of ingredients is in itself emotive. Yeah, look at all these things I can't pronounce.
Right.
This must be the real shit.
So, do you think that most of the emotive ingredients are included in fairy dust proportions?
Yeah,
Oh,
because that's all they're there for. And their article, Croda Beauty named 8 emotive ingredients. One of them was blue lotus flower.
oh,
Another one is sea fennel.
sea fennel? Oh,
Sea fennel. Another one, kiwi fruit.
huh.
One that works for men, green coffee.
That's a funny one.
One that we might recognize, olive leaf. It's not just the olive oil anymore, but the entire whole olive plant is a Emotive Ingredient because it's got such a deep history of use in the Mediterranean.
I suppose it behooves us to know what these ingredients are so that we can watch for them and not get swayed by their marketing benefits.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing to have emotive ingredients. If you want something special and you're willing to pay more, then you might want something with blue lotus extract in it, right? And blue lotus, as they explain on Crota blog, is that blue lotus has a great resistance to climate extremes, extreme heat or cold, wind, toxic dust, all that stuff, it survives. And so it gives an emotive response of strength and survival. How's that?
We're weird.
Oh, I mean, if you read this thing, you'll just crack up. You should get high before you read this article, by the way.
Okay.
Get high.
I don't like being manipulated very much. I don't like this.
I just like to be able to identify. I accept the fact that I am manipulated 24/7 by
outside forces.
Outside forces. Every time I shop at Walmart, I am manipulated. I get it.
Oh.
So I'll read you a little paragraph on the green coffee for men.
Okay.
The notion of freedom, that's one of the main threads of emotive ingredients. The notion of freedom is also sweeping through men's skincare. The men's grooming market is gradually evolving to embrace a more open and inclusive mindset. Gone are the days when skincare and cosmetic were solely associated with women. Today, a growing number of men are embracing a more holistic approach to their appearance, recognizing the significance of skincare and hair care in enhancing their overall well-being and self-confidence. That's some writing. I mean, the writing on this, I could have ended up here writing this stuff.
Yeah.
It's
very proseful.
The coffee with its tantalizing array of flavors and aroma transcends the simple act of quenching thirst or offering a mental and physical boost. It also serves as the catalyst for fostering contacts and creating shared experiences. From coffee cafes to bustling cyber cafes, time spent over a coffee has become a cornerstone of community life, an invitation to relax, make connections, and engage in stimulating conversation. So you want to buy this shit
and put it on your hair.
And put it on your hair. I love it.
This is so funny. All right, well, good education, Barbara. Now we're going to take another little break, and then we're going to venture into something that has piqued our emotional curiosity and our physical stimulated curiosity as well. And that is a little bit deeper in the Shniff product ingredient list. Huckleberry, it's very exciting, I know, but you've got to be quiet. All right, hang tight, and we'll be right back.
Show Season has a great enzymatic cleaner called Kennel Fresh. And you dilute it with warm water and it smells good, and then it evaporates to be a deodorant. As the Kennel Fresh dries, it's enzymatic, it eats the bacteria and the odor source. So it's really good stuff. You can use it indoors or out.
Find it at your local distributors or showseasongrooming.com.
The GroomPod and Precision Sharp would like to invite you to check out the newest precise cut shear called Lynx. Its patented design features a thumb ring that slides the length of the handle for perfect ergonomic placement of your thumb. Slide it, lock it into place, and get your best grooms on. Check it out at PrecisionSharp.com. Groomers, take your seats. It's time for B-Bird's Classroom. There is a lot of talk on the internet and on our discussion group about Shniff products because we are motivated by our smeller, our nose, and these guys really tap into this. So we're going to do a little deep dive into the ingredients of is it the facial cream that we're doing?
Yeah, the facial fluff.
The fluff. We're going to do the fluff.
The inky ingredients of the facial fluff are water, glycerin, sodium coccolizethionate, sorbitol, sodium lauryl sulfoseconate, fragrance, sodium chloride, and 4 preservatives: phenoxyethanol, tetrasodium EDTA, dihydroacetic acid, benzyl alcohol, and for color, mica. Here's the breakdown. It's not hard to do. Sodium coccolizethionate and sodium lauryl sulfoseconate are ultra-mild cleansing agents, definitely non-sulfate. Glycerin and sorbitol are humectant moisturizer. Glycerin is old school, sorbitol is new school. Sodium chloride is salt and works to thicken. All the rest are preservatives. Mica is a solid form of colorant that can be sprinkled over the top of the whipped product. This facial cleanser is whipped or frothed to make it foamy and easy to apply. Foaming is a form of dilution. It dilutes with air and makes the cleanser easy to apply, spread, and control the location. Here's the hero of this particular product. It's the sorbitol.
Really?
Yeah, surprise, but this is what I say. Sorbitol has been around for a long time, but only in the last 5+ years has it become popular as a moisturizing ingredient. In fact, the popularity of this ingredient with formulators has surged dramatically. It's taking over from glycerin. Technically, sorbitol is a sugar alcohol which acts as a humectant or moisturizer that draws moisture to itself and holds it in place for a long time. This makes it good on the skin or the hair, as well as great inside the bottle or jar. It holds the moisture to the skin or hair and holds it in place in the product as well. Also, sorbitol is sweet, and by itself it smells good. It can be used in perfumery and cosmetics as a fragrance enhancer. One more thing. Sorbitol is known as a sensory modifier. In plain English, that means it is silky and soft in the user's hand. To summarize, Shniff, I'm so happy to say this. Shniff Facial Fluff is an effective facial cleaner that has been formulated to be stimulating to the senses of the user. Listen, folks, it's a brilliant creation and marketing. The pet grooming industry has caught up to the beauty industry with this product. When you first open the jar, it looks delightful. Oh, you just want to smash your face in it. The surface of the fluffy foam looks like a flower in bloom or soft waves of color on the beach. The mica color is sprinkled on the outer surface of the stiffly whipped cream product. The fragrances are bright and bursting with notes of spirit and depth. Also, the facial fluff comes in a fragrance-free option so you can enjoy the Shniff experience on sensitive skin, or if people don't want any fragrance. I love this stuff. I think it's a brilliant creation. The only thing we have to keep in mind is, as a whipped product, a lot of what you're spending money for is air. And this product costs like $24.95 for an 8-ounce jar. That's really fairly expensive. We deserve emotive products. We deserve something for our senses, something that looks good and smells good and feels good and is fun to use on doggy faces. And this is it. And I think it's probably just the beginning of more sensory ingredients and sensory enhancing going on for pet grooming cosmetics. How about that?
Do you think that the sorbitol and or the glycerin are creating the stabilization for the foam?
The sorbitol.
Because that's really a big thing. When you're foaming stuff, once the air is released, then you've got just a bunch of product just like you had before. But if they make it stable, like this stuff apparently is, then you add in that you can use it over and over and long term. And
yeah, and I think that's the sorbitol. It's just a stabilizer. It holds everything. It not only holds the moisture in place amongst the ingredients, but it holds all of them just in place.
would you recommend using a tongue depressor to dip into the foam so you're not sticking your grubby fingers in there?
Yeah, I would.
You're going to get to feel it on the face with your fingers.
Yeah, you're going to get to feel it on the face with your fingers, but this product contains a wide spectrum and range of preservatives. It has been preserved with the clear knowledge that we're sticking our fingers in it.
Cool. Do you think the mica, I don't know why I've got so many questions about this.
I love cushions.
The mica, is that like glitter on the surface?
Yeah, but it's not necessarily glittery, but it is slightly granular.
Okay.
It's granular. It's like a powder. It lays on top of the whippy part, so you can color it, making it look like an actual flower or waves.
Or fairy dust.
Yeah, it looks like fairy dust.
Okay.
And that's part of the overall appeal of the Shniff products. I think there's one or two of them that are solid color, the Jolly Roger ones.
Listeners, I want to know which ones are your favorite scents so that I can choose one or two of them to get. So you guys get on the Facebook group, facebook.com/group/the GroomPod, and let me know which are your favorite scents from Shniff so that I can make my choice, because I've got things in my shopping cart, but I haven't pulled the trigger because I'm just not sure what I actually want. So I need your help. Okay. I need everybody's help.
I actually ordered 2 jars.
Of what? What'd you get?
What 2 did I get?
Okay, you don't remember. That's okay.
I don't remember, but they were...
All right, well, I'll get on it then and order mine, and we'll revisit this after we've both got our products. How's that?
Yeah, we'll wait till I get mine before we say what I got.
Most importantly, Barbara's breakdown of these ingredients will be posted at the website blog page. So, woohoo! So excited. So go to the website, hit the menu, look for Groom Blog, then go there, read the articles that are up, read this new one when this posts, and look forward to lots of new content there. Okay, that's it this week, Barbara. I'm so pleased. I don't think I said the word well once, and I was trying to cut that out of my vocabulary last week, so I think I've managed. I'm so happy with that. Of course, you guys will never know because I'll cut them out when I edit it anyway.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
So we'll say goodbye for now, and more to be continued next week. Stay tuned.
Next week, we'll have Dave Campanella on, and we're going to talk about using conditioner before you use the shampoo. It's going to be great, and we love it when Dave comes on from Best Shot. So happy grooming, everybody. See you next week on the Groom Pod. Bye-bye now.
Take care of yourselves because we love you.